Week 9 of the NFL. And we're going to look here at Derrick Henry. He was steady for them on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Titans and the Chiefs on Sunday Night Primetime.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Tennessee Titans and the Kansas City Chiefs. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start, but I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Titans for their first possession on offense, and leading them out in his 4th season with the team, 10th overall in the NFL, Ryan Tannehill.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development, but he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
They run with a big man in his 7th season. It's Derrick Henry. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the 31, Tannehill. That's complete to Treylon Burks. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Tannehill on target to Burks. First down, Tennessee. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll work down inside the 45. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll run with the 3rd-year man, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage. And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The tackle made by L.J. Fort.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, it's Henry. Now the ball comes loose, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And they put it on the ground here on the 2nd drive, and of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. Tackled by Christian Fulton. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's a...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Just about ready to take over. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he's out right at the 25. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Tannehill on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Tannehill. Flush to his right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tannehill on 3rd down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So the Titans are forced to punt as Brett Kern is on to do the honors. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And Kansas City's offense now set, ready to go. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams on defense, and may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. offense and may go more up-tempo. Anything to get him out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
85 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this is absolutely a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare as well, because they spend all week preaching about the need to wrap up and make sure tackles. But what a letdown here, and it winds up costing a big yardage.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead grows to 10-0. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Tannehill. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Room here to run. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
And it is still early, just the 1st quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
On 1st down, Tannehill. Caught, it's Wilson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the back?
And into into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans have cut it back within a score. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now here comes Kansas City. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed. And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference. Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound. And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done. Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. From the 30 on 2nd down, Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there. Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That's for the defense there. They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Here's Hardman to return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense set to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football. Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. On 1st down, Mahomes. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off? Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner,
By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Danico Autry showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. And keep your eye on that man. 4 sacks last week, 1 there here in the second quarter. He can be so disruptive.
So what was he doing in the first quarter? What was going on?
Took a nap.
I think he tried to lull him to sleep a little bit. Like, yeah, okay, maybe you've got me this week. No longer. And you know, with the 4 sacks last week, it's obvious he gets his in flurries.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. The CD, you know, anytime they get close to the red zone, he is such a threat. And there he is again already, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game.
And I know it's probably a little bit of a failing on my part, but you know I watch a game through defensive eyes, and I don't understand what the coverage was doing there. When he headed out deep, they should have adjusted and flowed towards him. Instead, they left him out there and gave him a chance to make a big play. And, of course, he did exactly that. His size, speed, and versatility makes him a top target in any game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And here comes Tennessee as they get sent to take the field. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. To throw is Tannehill. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Titans. Robert Woods. 62 yards. And the Titans have got it back to within a score. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent, the blocking's been terrific, and obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. No hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Mahomes. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Butker's kick here is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Taking it about the 1. On the return, Dontrell Hilliard. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
From the 22, Tannehill. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. The gain of...
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Here we go, here we go. And the busy night for Henry continues. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Second down, they go again with Henry.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Tannehill. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
On first down, it's Tannehill. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Tannehill now to throw. It's caught by Hooper. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route It's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Tannehill. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. To the air again, Tannehill. Running the slant, that's Robert Woods. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, 10, 5, and he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had a goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team, because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Albert Wilson from 6 yards away. And the Titans are an extra point away from taking the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Lambeau on for the extra point. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 118 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 2nd down and 4, Mahomes. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They will try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. The Titans going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Butker's kick here is good, and they have regained the lead. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Titans. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill, and the Titans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now here's Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there.